either work or shirk. But don't be neither workaholic nor shirkaholic. But be a person who knows how to balance between work and life. And that will make you, because your health is also a priority, and if you are ignoring it, you will not be able to perform well in the longer run. And then, for that purpose, sports participations are required. Moving from the front matter to main body, now we will be focusing our attention and shifting it to back matter. Back matter is required, it requires personal details. The back matter of resume requires personal details of parents. Many a time in our resume we write only father name and we ignore mother name. This is a serious problem with you. If you are not mentioning your mother name in your resume, it means you don't give equal right to women. You don't participate in women empowerment. For you male, you are a male dominating temperamental person. This shows, this reflects. That is why on mark sheets, even on DMCs, mother name is also there. Parents, both the parents, their mother, father, both should come. Nationality, and earlier in India, even warriors were named after their mother. Like Karna was known as Radhe, the son of Radha. Arjuna was known as Kaunteya, the son of Kunti. So mother was more dominating in the lives of son and family, when you can say. Yudhishthir said, whatever my mother says is religion for me. I don't know any religion. Whatsoever my mother tells me, that is religion for me. And the same statement used to be said by Shivaji on this earth. And one of the modern Indian icons. Furthermore, parents, nationality, gender, masculine, feminine, now another one, transgender. Third one, because jobs are there for them as well. Then date of birth, status, married, unmarried. These requirements should be mentioned here in your resume. That is back matter, and in back matter, personal details. Then next comes references. Let us talk about this question, as I am the biggest sufferer of this point. Whom to refer and why? Many a time you don't know that the person you are referring will really give a good feedback. Approx 3 years back, I was selected in BITS Pilani, and as reference I gave the name of the person, then director of the institute at that time. And when there came a reference call to him, he replied in his own fun and said, मुझे नहीं लगता तुम्हारे सिस्टम में फिट होगा, होता है तो रख लो. See, this is the referential answer. So, it is my fault to refer to him. So you must know whom to refer and why to refer. Clear? And even as a communication teacher, it is my mistake. I am not able to read the mind of the person whom I am going to give as reference, and I am not knowing that what about me he is going to tell. So who will hire me as a communication teacher? Got it? Nobody. You will also not hire me, even if you are own college. You will say, "Such is बेवकूफ का देखो, पता नहीं क्या reference देंगे आप." Clear? So in such situation, references should be properly made, well thought, well organized, well processed, and nowadays there are criteria for references. Sometimes you do one thing, you give reference of your head of the department, but again before your interview, you should confirm from your HOD that sir, I have given your name as reference, my name is so and so, kindly once the call comes, please attend it. You talk to him, and if you are going to give as a reference somebody, some relative, normally it is criteria is given, like somewhere I was applying, it was boldly mentioned there, only one reference should be from your current employer. Like I am not referred 2-3 persons from TIT. Clear? So that way you should also, and giving 2 references from 2 different institutions, organizations and different areas, and if they are going to give you proper feedback, means you are known somewhere, at least you know your work. Like the internship that you have done in summer course, the summer training you have done with the official, 1, your head of the department, 2nd, 3rd, maybe the person, maybe from your distant known person, but he must be aware about your professional expertise. The person must be aware about your professional expertise. That is why there comes the number of references. Not more than 3. In any case, if asked for 3, otherwise 2. References should be 2. If asked, then 3. In no case more than 3. Then there comes the permanent address. Yes.
We have to mention on that the person, the name, post, and
Designation, even contact number. Right now, mail ID also and mobile number. Sometimes they ask for in writing. They ask referential feedback in writing and in confidence. For that purpose, and they keep it for record. So email ID is also required. Name, designation, email ID and contact number. These 4 things must. Sometime address. Sometime address. About that fellow, sometimes it is asked exactly, clearly asked, how do you know? Or how does that person know you? Okay? And giving references always better that you mention the person under whom or with whom you have worked. Because if someone is dialing the person for referential call, he should tell that he knows his job. He knows Java, he knows, I don't know, your technical expertise of your field. He is very good at machine. He knows in and out of the computer. Such feedback, such references. Never say like he will not be trained in your setup. Clear? Then references. Then permanent address. After references, there becomes permanent address. And after permanent address, there should come declaration. Declaration clearly mentioning, I hereby declare that the above mentioned facts are true to the best of my knowledge and belief. In case anything found wrong, I shall be held responsible for the same. So that declaration, and after declaration, date, place, and signature. Sometimes you do a very common mistake. Your these things, reference, date, place and signature goes to different page. That should not be there. That can be misused. So, resume part, better in that case you write P1, P2 in the bottom. Page 1, page 2 and page 3. So coming to the PowerPoint slides, without wasting much time. Yeah. This address is current address. At the top, this address is current address. Here is permanent address. Like current address, suppose that some student from Bihar is studying here in TIT, his current address will be room number 58, hostel, maybe some Sarla Bhavan or something like tomorrow Aryaman Bhavan, something Lakshmi Bhavan. But if his permanent address will be the address from the place he belongs to. And then again, he should mention permanent address only when somebody is there to receive the letter on his behalf. Otherwise, again there will be some problem. Interview letter they may send to permanent address and nobody is there to intimate you back from there. You should go first in final year. You must plan even if you don't have any certificate, because read here. Major distinguisher is certification beyond the course carried out. For long run professional excellence, major distinguisher is certification beyond the course carried out. So it's better to organize, to mentor, to be part of that. And there also in the industrial visit, don't just go and come. Go, take a round and have a session with them like this. Say some senior person that sir, we want to discuss something with you. And sitting in the chamber, you have some question answer 10-minute session. And there you ask some particular question that you may use for your future. Like what is this? How do you prepare? Like even when I visited Vardhaman, most of our colleagues, what were they doing? We should get some discount on purchasing sweaters or woolen material of Vardhaman. This should not be approached. How do they prepare wool? What is pure wool? How is it different from what does it cost? And how will it be prepared and how is it different? Even I went to that place where blood stained wool was, that raw wool kept there, purchased from the Himalayan region, from the ships directly, blood stained. I saw that, took it in my hand, then walked each and every gallery. How do they prepare? That should be your approach. Raw material, from where they purchase, where do they sell out, and all that industrial visit should. That these are the exploratory questions you should ask there. And you request that sir, please have a session of 30 minutes, 20 minutes. We want to have something. Then please come to the slides.
यशी other side करो यशी
The resume are important job search tool. What is a resume? It's a job searching tool. Purpose of resume? The objective of resume is to get you an interview. Means not the job, at least interview call. If you are able to get an interview call at least first purpose of preparing resume is solved. In an interview, that is your opportunity of having face-to-face interaction, and there you can prove yourself. Then let us talk. We have studied almost all. A resume is. Who would like to answer?
Summary
Job
of
searching tool and 1 or 2 page. The purpose of resume is to get an interview call. A resume is job searching tool, and defining a resume may be it is 1 or 2 page professional detail of a person covering his expertise and specialization. The length of resume must be the most important information on my resume is no. Name you can also tell. You can write on your covering letter. Yes, major distinction. There. So what you have done, your area of expertise and all the things. It's okay to exaggerate information on my resume. No, don't exaggerate.
those.
Exaggerate means yes, that should not be there. Because at the bottom you are giving a declaration, filing a declaration. Then furthermore, when writing my resume, my main focus should be on what? Yeah, and matching your job skills, required skills with your present skills. Clear? Suppose that somebody says, my strength that I can never tell a lie, and you are applying in CBI. So, your ability, they will say, no, we don't need Mahatma Gandhi. Clear? We don't need Mahatma Gandhi, we need Subhash Chandra Bose. And then, when submitting my resume to a job advertisement, I need to make certain that no spelling mistakes should be there, no problems should be there, like that. Then, do's and don'ts. Don't exaggerate. Make it readable. Font size should not be very short. Resume should be well typed. It must not have typo errors. Clear grammatical errors should not be there. And then this is one thing. See here. Targeted for the job. One resume will not work everywhere. One size does not fit everywhere. So you need to have special resume for a special purpose. Clear? And then this is the question. You need to start thinking today only, and from this very spot. Why should I hire you? Start thinking. And then few answer you can prepare like that. All my classmates or all my fellow engineers can solve this problem, but I can solve the advanced level, and that you should prove it, because everything is fair there in getting a job. Picking the best resume format. Now this is another format. Your name on the top, address, relevant skill, skill group title, and skill titling and employment history, education, all that. What is captured in the first 10-15 lines of your resume? Capturing the attention of the employer. Highlight your strengths and the fold. Resumes targeted means, many a times we do some blunders. Once I was teaching in some institution, a teacher made a very good coverage letter, and he said that I hope that you will revert back after having my area of expertise and knowledge, finding the resume attached here with for your further detail and kind consideration. Immediately after that, from HR there comes a mail, another mail. Sir, where is your resume to be considered? There is no attachment. He sent the mail without attachment, without attaching his resume. Address is specific. You try to apply a job and try to be very specific. Like suppose that you are applying a job in Saudi Arabia and you are telling I am a very fun-loving person and I like moving here and there and I enjoy dating with friends. So they will say better you don't apply for this job, otherwise we don't know whether you will be able to back in one piece or piece. Please, that will be the problem. You applied for, like that will be the bigger problem. You know, when I was selected, I asked that I don't know anything about Saudi Arabia. You please tell me about culture of Saudi Arabia. The first suggestion extended by an Arabian lady, that since you are selected for a girls' college, the farther the distance you will be maintaining from the ladies, the safer will it be for you. The farther the distance you will be maintaining from the ladies, the safer it will be for you. So targeted address is specific. And then tailored, so you are a good fit. Tailored means like ready-made cloth, ready-made resume. Ready-made cloth from XXL size may not fit me and may not fit even a very lean and thin person from your class who is clear. Yeah. So that way, for that purpose, different resume. For different job, different resume. Great for entry level and senior executives. Means combination resume, entry level and senior executive both. Combination resume, combine it according to the suitability and requirement of the industry. And then there comes again resume style, combination resume, combining all the skills. Chronological resume. It should be putting one most important information, specific information, huge numbers, figures and facts. Then functional resume. And as we discussed, one size doesn't fit all. Common resume component, objectives, education, experience, all that, activities and interest. Then one or two additional information relating to each section heading. Section heading, one or two words heading, not very big headings that represent the category of the content. And then objective, focus on how you would benefit the employer. Be clear, short and to the point. This is in professional communication known as KISS. Keep it simple and short. Relate to a specific occupational title. Then writing a resume, objective. Sometimes while writing objectives, we exaggerate the information. We need to be very, very specific about objectives. I will show you some samples. Then professional summary can be rehearsed at a number of times. And then career summary, profile, professional profile, professional highlight. All of these are professional summary headings. Select keywords that suits you. Work experience and mention the skills relevant to the targeted position. experience, related experience, professional experience, work history, related work history and professional work history. Then use accomplishment statement. PAR, problem, action, result. And AB is equal to result. A plus B is equal to result. Action plus benefit is equal to result. ABR model can help. Two models you can use to help craft your accomplishment statements. Education. List education and training. Many a times we have some, long back we have some training, but that doesn't work. Like we don't know about in detail that training.